All right, guys. Today we're working on a MS660. Customer, says it's not running properly, and with these engines being so old, this is a very older version. Now they have a 661 out, but pop the muffler off. If you see right in there, see how scored that is? All that scoring on that piston, that's a very high indicator that he was running it very lean, not enough lubricant in his oil. So we're gonna go ahead and start tearing this apart. I already have the shrouds off, the muffler off, the air filter and all that. And then here's all my new pieces over here. You always want to inspect your jugs. Make sure you got good cross hatching in there. There's no damage on any of your ports. Everything looks really nice in this one. You want to check your piston rings out. It's got good piston rings. You got these are the gaps you're gonna go through each dot, bottom and top. They have two separate ones. And now, as soon as I opened this, I noticed I was missing my other lock ring for my roller here, for my piston. But they were already nice enough and they installed it. So I got one in there, just gotta put one in the other. I got all gaskets, everything looks great, and we'll go ahead and start tearing this apart, see what we got inside. Okay, engine's on its side. First thing you want to do is you go ahead and start taking your side covers off. Expose all this. I'm gonna have to remove the flywheel. Modulator probably stay there, but we gotta change out these inners behind that. So we're gonna go ahead and flip it onto the other side here. Perfect tools for everything, right? Sorry about the one-hand video here, but I'm trying my best. I have to remove all this sprocket area, this whole plastic covering here. It's gonna be not too hard, Alright, see what we can do here. Don't worry about that, we got plenty of those. Clutch is gonna be the hardest one to do. I gotta remove the spark plug, stop it, and get that off. But that's pretty much that. I'm gonna have to remove all these screws after I remove these screws after I remove this plate here. But I'm gonna start up here, get my spark plug out, and then put my jammer down in there. One sec. All right, we have the spark plug out. We got our stopper in here, our piston stopper. Now I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. That's your clutch, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove the flywheel on this side. Shouldn't really put an impact on these things, so I'm gonna try not to. Just gonna go hand style, see if I can muscle through it. Oh dang, that was actually really easy. Okay. Okay, so clutch is off. Now, right here is your spacer plate between the clutch and your worm gear. Your worm gear controls your oil. Pull that out. I'm gonna end up replacing that old oil seal down back in there. And we'll pull all these bolts, I think, no, yeah, just them two. We'll pull out the oil pump. This is your oil pump. So I'm gonna do that after I get onto the other side here. Same thing with this. And those are both backwards threads, I believe. Unless this one's regular threads. I'm gonna get the right piece for it. Okay. I forgot to pre-loosen this one earlier, because I couldn't get my tool here on there. See if I can get it on there. It wasn't going a minute ago. Yeah, that ain't going on there. Alright, so we're gonna have to try something different here. Probably gonna be hard to actually do, but give me 1 second, I'll get this off. Okay, well, after further inspection, I just now recalled and went through our paperwork, we had replaced the lowers on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop what I'm doing here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just take the jug off and pull the piston out and inspect that, and, you know, go ahead and get these done. To pull this jug off, it's actually fairly easy. You got 2 holes that run down there. You can get into your bolts. And then you got, for your intake manifold right here, you just got this 1 screw right in here. Oh, shit. All right, let's here we go. Just loosen that band up, loose as you can get it. We're gonna pull that off as we take the jug out. Alright, that's super loose. Got my handy dandy. See the screw is right there. It runs all the way down. That's out. The one that is the hardest screw is the one right down there, man. Super hard to get out and to replace. I mean, you just do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop that as soon as it comes out. You can hardly see this one. It's right down in there. Drop through that hole. You got the next hole here, and this one. Got the bolts out. Should be able to just wiggle, tilt back, and then kind of wiggle some more to get it off of that, off of this piece here. See if we can get you somewhat of a view what I'm looking at here. Right there, that piece right in there. I'll try to get that off. Super flimsy. Alright. So the bands are off. Pull it out. Let's see if I can get this motherfucker off. Boom. Alright, now we got the jug super exposed here. You can see all that nasty scoring. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull it all the way out. Top of it looks good. He's got a dent here. Must have had some debris in there with it, but yeah, look, that's completely indented. No recovering for that. Intake side looks clean, but it's always the exhaust side that comes out when you got a very bad lean. So we're gonna have to pop those clips out there. My lower is fine, looks really good down there. I don't see no bad discoloring. There's no movement when I go up and down with the bearings. Looks good, it rotates well. Alright, so I'm gonna remove this gasket. Should have a gasket on the bottom here. Oh, you see this? This is the issue. The last guy that rebuilt this top cylinder, he's only got 1 gasket. Supposed to have a gasket on the bottom and gasket on top, I believe. 2 gaskets. Let me see here. Unless they got 2 identicals. Yeah, see, these are 2 completely gaskets, 2 completely different ones. Let's see here. See what we got going on. That gasket is this one. So this gasket must go Maybe they just gave me a spare gasket. That's what it's looking like. Alright, we'll go ahead and just start taking this apart. I'll show me pulling it apart, but I'm gonna have to use both my hands to get these pins out. And you always want to put some cloth down right here so you don't drop none of this down any lower. Then you're gonna tear the whole thing apart. So, got everything covered up. I went ahead and popped that snap ring right out there. All it takes is just a little flathead. I'm gonna come from this side and push the actual rod out. It's actually harder than I thought it was gonna be. Sorry about that, y'all. This is a hard piece to pull out for some reason. There it goes. Got that out. Pull it out. I'm gonna go ahead and check this ring out too. The little ball joints. Man, they don't feel good at all, to be honest. We'll have to see how this bar spins in. No, it spins fairly easy. Should be reusable. Alright, so we're done. Went ahead and got our needle cage bearing, rod. Make sure it fits nice and tucked, spins well, feels great. We're gonna leave the cage in there. We're gonna get the new piston. And you got an arrow on these. Top is for your exhaust. We're gonna have that pointing this way. I'm gonna see which side has a clip in it. It's this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower that on there. Get our rod here. Little jiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then boom. It's in there. Nicely done. Now we got our brand new C-clamp little ring here. It's not a C-clamp, my bad. It's a whatever they're called, a lock ring. Kind of want to get it pressed in there, held in place. And you want to come and get this flathead here and just poke her down in there. It's a little hard, but once you get it going, it'll be a breeze. Sometimes you can get in there with your actual finger, but it's kind of hard to do. Time consuming. Yep, that didn't work. Let me try this again. Raw footage, boys, raw footage. You see the things these mechanics go through. And plus, I'm trying to give y'all a good view of it. My hands are all in the way. Big ass hands. Come on. Alright. Got it down in there. Very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and remove our napkin there. It's different view. Alright, so from here, I'm gonna go ahead and take the gasket out. You can just run it over here. So just pop around. Blah, blah, blah. Can't do it one-handed, it's kind of harder than it looks. But it can be done. Oh, sorry, very bad view. Yeah, I'm trying to get it over these rings. I'm gonna have to pause it, I can't. Little tip of advice before we're going ahead and putting that piston on in this jug. You wanna get a little bit of oil in the thing. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, drop a little bit in there, perfect. And you wanna grab that oil, rub it all around. Don't really matter what oil, it's 2-stroke. Get it all nice and down in there. Look at that oil. Nice and lubed up. Some of it, you know, the excess will go out your little spark plug hole down there. It's fine. Now I'm gonna have to use both my hands on this next part, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna compress the top ring, slowly get it in right when it reaches the holes. And then, you know, right when you get that top ring in, you're gonna go ahead and go to the next ring and do the same thing. But you gotta line them up with your dots here. So you got dot right there. You're gonna compress it onto that as tight as you can, where it's nice and tight, like boom, like that. And then you're gonna get that in there and do the next row. You find the next dot. But, all right, we'll come right back to you. Went ahead and got the jug in, the piston's there, new gasket on the bottom. See a little top view here, maybe a little bit. But still got the muffler off, so you can see the new piston now. Just how good it looks up in there. Nice and clean. It's a little bit of oil residue, you can see, but everything looks nice. Moves up and down. I can hear the compression stroke. Nice. We'll go ahead and put everything back together, see how she runs. All right, this is it. We got it back together. Let's get our first crank in. Burped on the first pull. Project complete. See us again next time.